Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Wissam Sharif for your Quran Revolution. When I was younger, I learned I was dyslexic, and a Quran teacher told me you'll never be able to recite Quran. So what did I do to overcome my issues? وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. And definitely, certainly, this Quran was easy to remember. So who would come to its remembrance? Ramadan comes, Ramadan goes. Some of us don't know the letters. Some of us try to speed read. Most of us don't know what it means. And a lot of us are stuck in this weird gap of wanting to recite but not having flow. This is the first of 4 videos. In this video, I intend to take all the letters, you know them as names and sounds, but when I learned them, I turned them into characters. I turned them into shapes. And if this resonates with you, this video series is for you. Let's get started. So if you're ready and you bought into this, give me some attention and tell yourself, I'm now going to learn all the Arabic letters. So let's take them here. The first letter, forget about its name, what you think it's supposed to sound like. What does it look like? Look at the first letter. It's a straight line. And what grows on a tree? A leaf does. So when you look at this shape, I want you to say, hey, it's a stick, it's a tree. What grows on a tree? A leaf does. Let's look at the next 3 letters. The next 3 letters are like boats out on the lake. The first boat has one boy at the bottom. You got it. Boy, boat, bottom. Let's keep going forward. The second boat has 2 dots. 2 dots, 2 boys in the boat. And bring your tongue out a little, play with it a little. Say the third boat has how many boys in it? 3. Blow the air from your tongue between your teeth and say 3. So what grows on a tree? A leaf, boy, 2, 3. Perfect. I want you to take a jug. Okay, take a jug and put it out on the table. This jug, it's full. It's got a dot on the inside. So can you say jug, jump, jug? Excellent. The second jug has nothing inside of it. It's just a jug. And as a matter of fact, an empty jug could also be called a hollow jug. So what's inside this jug? Nothing. It's hollow. Jug, hollow. We've got one more jug. It's got a scratch at the top. Can you say scratch? Scratch. Jug, hollow, scratch. Great. What grows on a tree? A leaf, boy. 2, 3. Jug, hollow, spicy, hot, scratch. Excellent. The next one looks like Pac-Man. Da, da, da. It looks like a greater than sign. It looks like da. Or if you think about it, on top of rice, you put dal. Or even at a Mediterranean restaurant, you might order adas. But the shape of this letter is da. The next letter that looks just like it, it has a dot on top. I want you to think of a zipper. Grab the zipper and pull it up. Say the. Just like the 3 boys in the boat, this letter is going to come to the edge of the top teeth. Pull it up. Say zipper. You got it. A leaf, boy, 2, 3, jug, hollow, scratch. The zipper. Now I'd like you to pull on this next letter. It looks like a lion's tail. When you pull on a lion's tail, he's going to say raw. Raw. You got it. What kind of fish is sushi? Raw. You got it. Use your jaw. Say raw. Now, if I put the next letter, which is a raw with a dot on top of it, what sound does a bumblebee make? Z, buzz, za, zebra. So I have the, zipper, a lion says raw, a bumblebee says za. Now, what if I look into the binoculars? If I look into the W of the next letter, it looks like this. And if I look into the binoculars, I have seen. You got it. And if I take this scene and I put three dots there, the 3 boys, when you have seen 3 boys, what do you usually have to tell them? Shh. You got it. A leaf, boy, 2, 3, jug, hollow, scratch. The zipper, a lion says raw, a bumblebee says zzz, and I have seen 3 little boys and I had to tell them shh. You got it. So far, we've covered these sounds, but we looked at them as shapes. The next 4 sounds, shapes are going to have an awesome feel to them. So to build this room, I needed nails, hammer, and look at this letter, and a saw. A nails, hammer, and a saw. Perfect. Can you say saw? You got it. How about the word slug? Good. It's an awesome sound. It's full. It's heavy. Slaw. The next sound shape doesn't exist in any other language. So I want you to think about a frog. A saw with a dot on top of it is like a bullfrog. When a bullfrog ribbits, he doesn't move the front of his mouth. He takes his tongue to the sides, flat tongue, and goes. So when you see the bullfrog, say wah, wah. Let the cheeks fill and ribbit. So we have the nails, hammer, and a saw, a bullfrog, and the next letter looks like a lamb chop. The lamb chop gets pulled out of the freezer. Look at all the icicles on it, and you let it thaw. Press your tongue to the top teeth. Look at the lamb chop and say thaw, thaw. You got it. Touch that those top teeth. And if you're grinding your teeth at home saying, well, actually, it's thaw, well, you keep thawing, and until then, we'll learn our Arabic letters. Next, bring your tongue out to the edge of the top teeth. Press the button on the blender. Say vu, va. You got it, va. Now, Alif, boy. 2, 3, jug, hollow, scratch. The zipper, a lion says raw. A bumblebee says zzz. I have seen 3 boys and said shh. To build a room, I needed nails, hammer, and a saw. I saw the bullfrog and said law. Let the lamb chop come out of the freezer and let it thaw. I touched the blender and it said law. Excellent. Now I want you to lift the sound. This is where a lot of people get lost. Forget Arabic. Forget what you hear. Come with me and say lift. Don't push. Lift. Don't push. The excitement will allow you to lift up the sound, and you'll never say ah. You're going to lift and say ah. So I want you to try it again and lift up the sound. It's 2 C's. It's a guy opening his mouth to bite an apple. Ah. You're not opening your mouth enough to gain access to that second part of the throat. Ah. At the same time you finish eating your apple, you should gargle your mouth out. Say gargle with me. 2 C's with a dot. Raw. Excellent. Y'all remember what the 5 fingers said to the face? That's 5 fingers, fa. They said cover your mouth for the qaf. So the next letter, it's a donut with 1 dot, and that is fa, which is 5 fingers, fa. Beautiful. The next one looks the same, but has 2 dots on top. Go ahead and make that O, the letters O'd. Now with your mouth say qaw. I'm sneezing and I have a horrible cough. You got it just behind that little dangly thing in your mouth. Cough. Now open your mouth, relax, say kite, cart. See that little baby inside the tummy? That's a baby cow. What's a baby cow called? A calf. Don't you see the little baby? And if you remember correctly, Mary had to pray, so she put her staff down. Mary had a little lamb. Open up your tongue. Lamb. Can you say that you're learning these letters for who? Who are you learning these letters for? For me. Meme. You're learning it for me and for yourself. Meme. Now, would you say Mary had a little lamb? Meme. What time is it on this clock? If this was a Movado, super fancy, no letters, no numbers. What time would it be? Noon. The dot's right at the top. This clock says noon. Now, up to now, I'm not sure, maybe 4 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. If I asked you, are the Arabic letters easy? You should say, wow. That's the name of this letter. He's already excited. Look at his mouth. Wow. Now, if you're almost at the end, you had lam, meme, noon, wow. And then there's this letter, kind of looks a little funny, little loopy. Ha. It's like there's a pant in it. Ha. And you have the little C with a mullet. It's a party in the back. That's Hamza. And finally, we have the letter Ya. It's a big yacht. 2 boys at the bottom. Big yacht. Ya. If someone asks you, do you know your Arabic letters? I want you to say Ya. So quick recap. We did it in a few minutes. What grows on a tree? Alif, boy. 2, 3. Jug, hollow. Scratch, da. Zipper. A lion says raw. Bumblebee says za. I have seen 3 boys and said shh. I took nails, hammer, and a saw. The bullfrog ribbited and said, law. The lamb chop had to thaw. The tongue came to the edge of the top teeth. The motorcycle, the blender said, woo, woo, vaw, vaw. Let that vibration build. I lifted the sound, ah. I gargled it, gha. 5 fingers said, fa. I covered my qaf. The baby cow was called a calf. Mary had a little lamb, noon, me, wow. Hamza, ha. Yeah, you got it. We left the order a little bit out at the end. But if you can close out with me here, you know these letters. And if you don't know them, use this technique. Tell me in the comment section how that was. And if you haven't taught anyone before, why wait for someone to tell you? Use it now. I hope that you can share these videos, like them, communicate with me in the comment section. But I hope that this is not the end. Because remember that teacher who swore I would never read? It gets a little worse, but I'll talk about that in the next video. In video 2, we'll talk about awesome versus happy and how that's going to make your recitation even better. I'll catch up with you soon.